Wednesday edition. Humpin' it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro.
Well, so much for our coordinated intro.
Sorry, I missed it. I'll do it now. Hello and welcome, everyone. The week is almost over. You're halfway there. It's Wednesday Hump Day, and you're now humping it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro. Please get your mind out of the gutter. I need to get my mind to this podcast, apparently. Because
Yes, sir. I don't know where you were. It's way in left field.
I was... So I muted myself prior to cough extremely loud. So, sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
It happens to the best of us. But, talking about that, were you a teenager rocking big feathered hair, wearing your acid wash jeans, neon colored t-shirt, and fingerless gloves, while rocking it out to Whitney's Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody? Then this is the podcast for you. Don't laugh at that.
That was overly descriptive. I don't know what to do with that one.
You just don't remember the 80s, that's all.
I was born in the 80s.
You just don't remember it.
What?
But anyway.
He's lying, everyone. He was a teenager in the 80s.
No, that was Mello.
It was not.
Close enough.
Good evening, fellow podcast fans. We obviously can't get ourselves together tonight, but just bear with us.
We're going to blame D83. He started it.
What my ex-wife did. Seems to work.
Moving on.
Fellow co-hosts, D83 Maestro, how are y'all doing this evening?
I think we're a little dysfunctional this evening, but, that's okay.
I'd
It
agree.
pretty much wraps up my whole life. Yes, dysfunction.
I don't know what to say on that one.
Well, it's not that bad. At least you didn't have a biology test today. And then a biology paper due in a week and a half, so.
Oh, no. Not a biology test in a biology paper. Oh, no. What was I ever going to do? Oh, my gosh.
What the word?
I'm just saying, man. I guess we all have our own struggles, so.
Yes, I think so. I do. Well, for tonight, our group discussion is raising kids in your 40s. Specifically, fear. So what keeps you up at night? What are your fears about raising kids this day and age?
The fact that I'm mentally still a kid. Kids shouldn't be raising kids.
Wow. That's a valid point, though. But, all right. All right. Where do we begin? Really? we're talking fears. Like, where do we begin? Like, there's a myriad of fears out there that I think we can expound on. But,
yeah, but like specifically,
Just sending them to school every day these days.
yeah, that's absolutely true.
touche.
It's absolutely true. And it's such a shame that, the place for, education and higher learning is, you have to be scared to send your kids there. It's ridiculous, but that's where we live in.
It's not only that, but even in church.
Church, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It can be, something that you think about. I know that even at my church, we've had training on what to do if somebody from the outside comes in who is looking to hurt somebody. Like, we literally have a security team. They have training every year. And since I work in the nursery, they teach us what to do, where to hide, who to look for. Don't open the door until you hear this. Or, it seems like the everyday places that are supposed to provide safety or comfort are no longer that.
Yeah. It's very true. It's very true.
It's hard to feel. It's hard for me as a parent, as an adult, to feel safe. Just in the everyday world, but then to also have that fear for your child. Granted, my children are grown now, but still,
almost.
It was.
It's debatable. Love you guys.
Well, well, they are young men. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to grow up myself. Not height wise, Maestro. Okay, I don't need you to give me that look and all. Okay, all right.
Well,
I
look.
realize that I'm only tall in a room full of second graders. I get that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it though.
I was not.
Yes.
I was not. I was thinking about my response to the question.
Say whatever you got to say. Sticks and stones. Okay, sticks and stones, pal.
Sir. Never mind. Never mind. I was going there. I'm glad I caught myself.
Were you worried it was going to go over my head?
So you did it. I did not. See, listen. This is the setup. I want everybody, all the viewers, to fully understand that D83 eggs me on. He wishes for me to have some sort of rebuttal to his comments. He leaves the door wide open every single time. I will not fall for it. I will not.
That's so not true.
I know, because I always do. It's okay, though. Not going to do it this time.
Right.
But,
and maybe this is more of a question for you two, because you still have children school age growing up. Again, mine are grown, debatable. But, I don't have the exact same fears that you do, but
you have a different set of
did.
fears.
Yes.
You have a whole different set of fears at this point in time. That's understandable.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing about it is, it's not only just it's gun violence in general. I think that really kind of has me worried. It just seems like people are just. I know we talked about this in many different sessions, segments of sessions, whatever. But people are just on edge. It just seems like this is serious disregard for life amongst people these days. Right? It's so easy to just take a life. I think getting caught in the crossfire, obviously, depending on where you're at, your locale, right? One of the biggest things is the inner city violence, right? The gun violence there. It's easy to just catch a stray bullet, and I think that's a fear of mine for my kids, just because, you can just be walking down the street minding your business, or on the bus, you could be riding in a car, and next thing you know, you're gone because somebody else was. I don't even know how to describe it. I really can't say what I want to say on the air, but
Yeah.
just the fact that they had no regard for anybody else around them, right? Forget about the target they were after, but everybody else surrounding that. they don't care about either. You know,
Right.
that's the thing that angers me to no end.
Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
very selfish, like motivation. Like, I don't like what you say. I have beef with you. Oh, I'ma fix you. But you don't
Permanently.
understand
Hmm.
like what you're taking into your hands. Like
And
who else could be affected?
right, right, exactly. So
Yeah, or school bullying. That too
yeah,
is a fear of mine. Yeah, going to school and getting bullied. Because I'm gonna tell you now, I would not at all handle myself very well. Just say, just we'll just put it, simply in Mike Tyson's terms. I want the kids to feel my pain. No, man.
what? Well, all right. I feel you. No, but yeah. I think that's a whole nother level, right? Because again, we've talked about it before. Social media, right? Social media nowadays and kids, right? It's taking bullying to a whole nother level, right?
Yeah.
To where being back in school, I was bullied, but it was, it wasn't to the extreme that it is these days.
That's because everybody can be tough behind that phone.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
keyboard, exactly.
Exactly. It gives everybody, apparently they feel it's a free pass to be able to, be the worst human being ever on the planet. And it seems like everybody takes it up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I take that back. Not everybody, but a large majority. I will say.
Lot.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody.
Right.
But, I mean, again, the list goes on,
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on, man. But, you have to manage it, because if you allow yourself to just be fearful of everything, then you live life in a standstill,
I also put blame on parents, kids raising kids, a lot of young parents that had no business raising kids in the first place, that don't know how to be a parent, because parenting is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, music plays a large part, especially today's music, because I swear it's gotten trashier.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
no question.
there's no positive message at all.
No question. I was, it's funny you say that. I was on my way back home yesterday, and I just happened, I was at a stoplight, and this vehicle pulled up next to me, bumping the music. It's decent outside. Or was it yesterday, day before? I can't remember. Anyways, the lyrics of the song were something to the effect of, I grew up in a single family home, or a single parent home. So my attitude is kill or be killed. I'd rather kill a rat than be a snitch or something. And I'm just like, I just had to stop and think about it. And let's keep it in perspective, because the music I listened to too wasn't much better.
But it won't like.
Let's be real.
Can you imagine your daughter listening to Sexy Red?
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't want to know. I listened, and I was like,
Oh wow.
I'm telling you right now, I'd probably punch my daughter in the face.
Well, I don't even know who that is. Like I said, but obviously, it's not going to be on the playlist. But it's just the message. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how the message is. I mean, I don't know, man. And I think about like DMX. DMX was gutter. Let's be 100% honest. I still love DMX, but it just perpetuates the same. I think it's the idolization that the youngsters have with these, with the rappers and the lifestyle and what they call the culture, right? That's not a culture. Yeah. That's really, what I'm saying? A lot of it is fabricated, because I would venture to say 99% of them who rap the stuff really don't live it. So it's a fabricated culture, whatever you want to call it, and it's just idolized to no extent. You know what I'm saying? And they just, or either they feel like they have to live up to be that. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. Like,
I and I would agree, but I don't think it's just like rappers and artists, but just in social media, like the influencers, they feel they have to be just like these people who, in reality, like you said, it's a facade that most of them are putting up because they may look like they're living lush and glamorous,
it's a
but they're
show.
doing it,
It's a show.
yeah,
To
get viewers, to make
It's
money.
it's entertainment, right? And
Yeah,
the lines are blurred between that. You know, there now I won't say that there are some, artists out there that do try and live the lifestyle still, but unfortunately they don't really make it that far.
Correct.
Seems
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, but not only it's difficult because I think that's a twofold problem. It's not only the things that our kids are exposed to, but it's the things we allow our kids to be exposed to. So, right? So the parents, as a parent, you have to take ownership of that. Now, they're going to get exposed to it one way or the other, right? Let's just be 100% honest. But you have to set the precedent in your household of what's acceptable and what's not.
Definitely got to monitor as much as you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
because at school, listen, they gonna hear it at school.
Yeah.
They
You don't
gonna
want
hear.
something to happen. You don't want something to happen to your kid, whether it's when they're too young or even later on in life. You want to protect them as much as you can and prepare them for
Yeah.
a good future.
Absolutely.
I think,
Abs-
yeah, other than that, I think one of my bigger fears would be one of my kids getting kidnapped. You know,
That's real.
that
That's real.
scares me to no end. Scares me to no end.
Yeah, that's real. Because it's extravagating, especially for females, and it's. I'm not. I can't quote. I can't say that's at an all-time high, but it's rampant, right? It's a serious issue,
Yeah.
right? To where they have to have discussions in school sometimes about it, or
Yeah.
or other social programs or whatever, man. Because it's scary, man.
Yeah.
And as technology progresses, they got these the Apple tags and these GPS trackers that that they're these crooks are using, these people are using. You know what I'm saying, to do this stuff. They'll track you to locations. They track you, figure out exactly where you're going. You know what I'm saying, and they plot it all out, man. It's crazy. So it's definitely something that you have to talk about with your kids, right? I think, and unfortunately, you have to have these conversations younger and younger, I think, because the danger is that much more, right? I think about, my kids, and, kids are by nature sociable. They're lovable, you know what I'm saying? They're innocent, right? That innocent is what gets preyed on, and makes them targets, man. And it's sad that but you I feel like you have to instill this this at least an understanding, not necessarily I mean it's a fear that they need to have of it to keep it present, but at least definitely an understanding of the dangers that are out there.
Oh yeah. I agree. I remember when the boys were in elementary school, they had this little card that you could get and put a picture on it, and it would have their information and stuff. And this is what you would like turn into law enforcement in case they
Something,
turned
yeah.
up missing. I still have those cards to this day because I remember how real that fear was for
I found one the other
Um,
day. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to interrupt, but I found one of them the other day. I said, "Look at this! Ain't this nothing?"
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, to them, I would have like these difficult conversations when they were young, like really young, like 4 or 5, like even like tried giving it to them in bite-sized pieces even before then. just because I felt it was important to at least start putting it in their heads.
Right.
Like, I didn't fill their heads with Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, because at 5 years old, y'all can judge me if you want, but that's okay. They knew there wasn't no Santa Claus.
Listen, I did the same thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did. And, you know, that's another topic for another day, but, you know. You know.
But I tried to take, you know, a more realist approach with them about real life things, just because, as, you know, fuzzy and warm as that stuff sounds, you know, the world isn't really kind of like that. And it's better to just start exposing them early, you know, to some of these conversations, some of these scenarios that could possibly happen, you know, and teach them a little bit more about life. So maybe by chance, if they were ever in a situation, they could recall, like, having been taught this information, maybe knowing what to do. But yeah, that was a strong fear.
Yeah.
Because they were my only two. Not saying that, you know, my two are any more special than anyone else's, but
listen, they're yours. They're yours.
I knew I wasn't gonna have any more.
Right.
These are like my babies.
Yeah, every
like,
parent feels like that about their kids,
everything.
and they should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're my kid. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, no. I think every parent can understand your sentiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no question. You know, so, you know, it's kind of weird because watching this movie called Prisoners, right?
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of messed up because it really does kind of hit home on the fear and you know, the reaction that, you know, you would want to have, right?
Primal reaction.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because the fact that somebody would do it, and then the statistics behind it, you know, after, you know, typically after a week, the chances of finding them alive really drop, you know, and that's terrifying to think as a parent, right? It really is, man. You know, but so I can, you know, Hugh Jackman, while I disagreed with his character and his methods, you know, I could understand the mindset, right? The mindset, you know, of, you know, it was anger, but it was fueled by fear. I think it was really fueled by the fear that he'll never see her again. You know,
Yeah.
So, you know, I can completely understand and relate to that, but I can't say that I condone his actions in that movie. Good gracious. I'm just saying, that's just, you know, that's just me, you know, but that movie deals with obviously real life, you know, it happens. We hear it, you know, quite often. Anytime an Amber Alert comes through on the phone, you feel me?
Absolutely.
You know, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's you know, I'd be interested to see what the viewers think on it, you know. But what did y'all think?
With you, I mean, Hugh Jackman may have went a little overboard, you know, might have been a little too aggressive. But hey, you know, I get it. You know, maybe to quote Mike Tyson, you know, just, you know, again, you know,
it's a Mike Tyson day for you.
You know, it's the same thing again. You know, I just want, you know, these kids feel it. You know, I just want to feel my pain. I want everybody to feel my pain.
Right. Yeah.
And I would go to no ends to just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm hurting everybody and everybody in my way. I'm sorry. Just find them.
But
that's everybody. I'm gonna find them.
Yeah. But, you know, I think that the hindsight, especially in regards to the movie, right? That's basically what Hugh Jackman did. You know, he got hyper focused on this one person who he thought was guilty, and it turned out this person had nothing. He was a victim himself, right?
Right.
And that's the danger of, you know, going primal, so to speak. And, you know, but as a parent who's, you know, I don't know, man. I like I said, I can understand sentiment, and I just pray that that never happens because
Absolutely.
I think,
you're right. Ain't no telling how we would react in that situation.
I mean, because as a parent, you want to protect your kids,
Yeah,
right? You want to protect your kids
no
to
question.
know him. And then if something like that happens, I can only imagine that you just feel so helpless
Yes.
and beyond feared for what may be happening to them.
Yep.
And then again, you feel like in some way it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not. I need to do a better job of protect, even though you've done all you can. You can't help that there's
I wasn't there.
right. Just I wasn't there, and they're probably worried about where's dad? Where's dad? Where's mom?
And that's the trip thing about it. That's one of the things when the specific scene, Hugh Jackman and the detective, Hugh Jackman went off, and he was like, when she's sitting there, she's wondering where daddy is. She's not wondering where you are. She's wondering where daddy is. Why isn't daddy here to save me? You know what I'm saying? That hit home.
Right.
That hit home. You know what I'm saying? Like you felt that. You know what I'm saying? It's real. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, unfortunately, there was a kidnapping that, spawned off to be a large, show, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, right.
John Walsh's son.
Yep.
Which
Absolutely.
is what started America's Most Wanted, and then the Amber Alert. He created the Amber Alert.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
yeah, man. Yeah.
Those were really helpful, I think.
They are.
Just in like the Amber Alerts for sure, because every minute counts when something like that happens, and if somebody or if people are getting an alert all over at the same time, it brings your attention. Like, oh, did I see this car? I might have seen these people. It can give you that precious time that's so much needed in a situation.
The
like
more
that.
eyes, the better.
Yeah.
The better chance you have. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
It also reminds me of Soul Asylum, Runaway Train, because when they came out with that song, they actually had pictures of missing children, teenagers at the time, like on their video, and it actually helped to save, somebody. So just any avenue kind of taken to just get a face out there, just get eyes on somebody.
Yeah.
Helps to improve the chances.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. It's a awesome song. I remember when that song came out in that video, because that video was so huge. Because, like you said, they were showing throughout the song a lot of kids, pictures, and last scene, and stuff like that. And at the end of the video, I believe, they sent the hotline for to help find these kids. It was really, really good, and just a very memorable video. They're actually, speaking of Soul Asylum, they're actually coming to Virginia with Stone Temple Pilots on September the 4th. Wednesday. But anyways, I'm sorry.
In case you haven't heard of them, hey, there you go. Check it out.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Yeah. It should be awesome.
Yeah,
more of a Stone Temple Pilots fan, but in that song too, I remember a line. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow seem worthwhile.
Yeah.
Just great song, beautiful song.
I agree.
Yeah, even though I think that was more kind of catered to kids that ran away, but for whatever reason, right? But nevertheless, still as a parent, you know what I'm saying, that's terrifying as well.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, what happens to runaway kids? They can be kidnapped. They can be taken in, and that's the biggest fear of them running away, because they're young.
Dangerous.
They don't know anything. And something might look like an opportunity, and it's a setup.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
How unfortunate that there are people out there like that, but it's been throughout history. and it ain't changing, unfortunately, man.
No, and unfortunately, it looks like it's only going to get worse the way this world's going.
I know, right? Yeah. That's why you gotta stay vigilant as best you can. Educate them, talk to them. Communication is the best defense against these things. I think. Just be open conversations with your kids, man. Start young, because I trust and believe they're learning a lot more than what you think they are from their peers. So don't be afraid to have these conversations. It's starting early. Obviously, cater it to so they understand it, but start early, man.
And frequent beatings and buy a bunch of belts.
Wow! Oh my God! we here on the Humpin' podcast do not endorse. Just saying, man.
That's
Oh, man.
Which is speaking of that, it's crazy. I don't beat my kids, but my parents though, however, were very strict. They tell a lot of times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I realized it never worked with me.
Well, at least you realize that. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, I'm gonna try to go a different route. I know me.
There you go. And it is, it's different. That's not necessarily a thing that you have to do. It depends on the child, I guess. Sometimes you might want to, but I won't get into parenting tactics.
Yeah, you may want to Homer Simpson them every now and again. Remember how I used to do Bart?
Oh yeah. Or Homie to clown him.
Oh my God.
Homie, don't play that. I don't know where that came from. Oh my gosh, I just showed my age.
But I think we can feel where you're coming from. I know I can.
Homie, don't play that.
Yeah, but I think that will do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to tune in, spend a little bit of time with us. If you have any suggestions, comments, or ideas, please leave them for us at YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you. Thank you. Peace out.